I took 500 contacts that hadn't opened an email in 6 months and turned them into a $12,000 revenue in 30 days. Here's exactly how I did it. So most small business owners think that dead contacts are worthless. You haven't heard from them in months, maybe a year. They're not opening emails, they're not buying, they're just sitting there in your CRM. So you just ignore them. You focus on new leads, new customers, new campaigns. But here's what I've learned over doing this for over 5 years. Dead contacts aren't dead. They're just dormant. And with the right approach, you can wake them up and turn them into paying customers again. This is like one of the lowest hanging fruits that any business owners can do. So let me show you how. I'm Tony. I help small business owners turn their dead email list into thousands of revenue, and most people don't realize how much money is sitting in there. So here is the situation. I was working with a company that had about 2,500 contacts in their CRM. And let's just say about 500 of those had engaged in over 6 months. There's no clicks, no opens, nothing, right? The company thought they were worthless. And I'm like, no, they wanted to delete them and focus on new leads. And I'm just like, hold on, don't do that yet. Let me try something first. We put those 500 contacts into a separate segment. And keep in mind, these are not cold leads, right? These are kind of warm from the past. So that's a very important distinction. And I look at the data. Who were these people? Turns out most of them were past customers or leads who requested a demo. They just never bought. Real people, real interest, they just went cold. The average deal size for the company was around $600. So if we could convert just 20 of these 500 people at 2%, that's $12,000. Not bad for contacts that were just about to be deleted, right? Here's the strategy I used. First, I didn't send one email and just hope for the best. I built a 30-day sequence. 5 emails total, spaced out over a month. Each email had a specific job. Email 1 was the re-engagement email. So subject line was something like, it's been a while. The goal was just to remind them who we are and provide some quick value. There's just no sales pitch, just a helpful tip related to their industry. Email 2 was a case study. I showed them a success story from a customer just like them, real results and real numbers. This builds credibility and reminds them what's possible. Email 3 was the offer. This is where I made the pitch, right? A special discount for past customers or leads only available for 10 days. A clear call to action, simple to understand, right? Email 4 was the urgency email. So offer ends in 3 days, short and to the point. Just a reminder that time was running out. And then email 5 was the last chance email. It says something like, this is your final reminder. Offers expires tonight. One last push. That's it. 5 emails, 30 days, a clear sequence. And you gotta constantly test the copy out. Now let's talk about the actual copy, because this is where most people mess up. Email 1, the subject line, it's been a while, it's simple, personal, and it's not salesy. The body says something like, hey name, I noticed it's been 6 months since we last connected. A lot has changed since then. Here's a quick update on relevant industry trend. Thought you might find this helpful. So that's it. No pitch, just offering some value that we thought that could be helpful to them. Email 2, subject line, it could say something like, how company name saved $15K in 90 days. So the body was a short case study. Problem, solution, result. Maybe around 300 words max. Then a soft call to action. If you want similar results, let's chat. Email 3, subject line could be exclusive offer for past customers. And then the body was direct. We're running a special promotion for people like you who showed interest before. 20% off if you sign up by this date. Here's what's included. Reply yes if you're interested. Clear, simple, time bound. Email 4 subject line could say 3 days left. And the body could say, just a quick reminder, the 20% discount expires in 3 days. Do not miss out. Here's the link. It's short and it's sweet. Email 5 subject line could say final call. And the body will say, this is the last email before the offer expires tonight at midnight. If you've been thinking about it, now is the time. That's it. Nothing fancy. Nothing complicated, just clear, direct, valuable email. So what happened? Out of 500 dead contacts, here are the numbers. Email 1, no re-engagement and around about 18% open rate. Not amazing, but remember, these are people who haven't opened in anything in 6 months. So 18% is not too bad and not too great. Email 2, case study, 22% open rate. Now people who opened the first one were now more engaged again. Email 3, the offer, 25% open rate. And here's where it got really interesting. 12 people clicked on the link. 6 people replied directly. Email 4 was the urgency email. So that's like a 20% open rate. Another 4 people clicked. Email 5 was the last chance email, and that had a 28% open rate. This one always performed the best because of the urgency. Another 8 people clicked. Total, we had 30 people engaged. Out of those 30, 22 people actually signed up or bought. 22 conversions at $600 each. That's around $13,200. Even better than I have projected. And remember, those were contacts the company were going to delete. Zero cost to email them. So why did this work? Let's go into more details. 3 reasons. Number 1, we didn't pitch right away. We warmed them up first. We reminded them who we are, how we provide value, and started to build that trust again. Number 2, we used a sequence, not a one-off email. Most people, once again, means multiple touch points to re-engage. 1 email is going to get ignored. 5 emails over 30 days, someone's going to pay attention. 3, we tracked everything. We used unique links to know exactly who clicked, who converted, and what revenue came from the campaign. There's no guessing. And here's the bonus. Those 22 people who bought, they're back in the active customer pool now. They will get regular emails, they're gonna buy again, and they're gonna refer others as well. So we just didn't make $12,000. We brought 22 customers back from the dead, and now they are long-term value type of customers. Look, most small business are sitting on lists just like this. Hundreds, maybe thousands of contacts that just went cold. And they think it's a lost cause, but it's not. With the right approach, those dead contacts are one of the easiest ways to generate revenue. You already have the relationship. You already have their contact information. You just need to reach out the right way. So I'm Tony. If you want to learn more about how to get more revenue from your old contact list, check out this next video right here on the end screen.